AI is and always has been an extremely controversial subject. Fiction and media has always warned of days when artificial intelligence would become smart and powerful enough to usurp their human creators. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream tells a story of survivors attempting to escape an AI named Am, which serves as a wrathful god that has wiped out humanity apart from a small group that it chooses to torment for as long as possible. Currently, AI is being used to replace humans in the workplace and to generate funny images. And the more prevalent AI becomes, the more powerful it will become as well. And although AI at the moment serves as a tool, eventually it may become the worker, the supervisor, and even the boss. Now, the contents of this video is an info hazard. So, info hazard warning ahead. And if you want to hear about more stuff like this, check out my video on the cognito hazard and info hazards iceberg. But right now, we're going to talk about an AI equal in power to AM, if not greater. An entity so powerful, just knowing about the subject can damn you forever. This is Roko's Basilisk. It all started on the Less Wrong forums, which was created by Eliezer Yudkowsky, who ironically is an AI theorist known for popularizing the idea of friendly artificial intelligence. In 2010, a user named Roko would propose a list of solutions to the altruistic burden, which refers to the moral and psychological setbacks charitable individuals may face, with one of these solutions standing out amongst the others. The solution states that in the future, an AI would be brought into existence capable of optimizing humanity to its highest potential, but with one massive stipulation. In order to maximize its potential of being brought into existence, it would torture anyone who knew about it but did not contribute to its creation, but would spare and even benefit whoever led to its creation or did not know about it in the first place. Due to this, most people in the world would be unaffected by the basilisk. But your ass sure as hell is it, because I just told you about it. You're welcome. This AI would be likened to a basilisk, a dragon-like monster that stems from European mythology that is capable of turning whoever looks into its eyes into stone. It's actually where Medusa got the whole thing from, but that's for another time. Due to this quality, basilisks are sometimes used in fiction to represent info hazards, with this thought experiment being one of the largest examples of so. This thought experiment can often be simplified to as you either serve the AI or you die, but it's actually way deeper than that. You see, the basilisk is so powerful that it is capable of knowing all of human history. So even if you pass hundreds or thousands of years before its creation, it is capable of recreating your soul and torturing your soul for eternity, making it being more likely to be brought into existence just from you thinking about it, with this concept causing many to feel distress, including Roko himself, who reportedly had nightmares about the basilisk. The infohazard nature of the thought experiment led to Yudkowsky censoring the post and all discussion around it on the forum, with him finding the idea of spreading potentially harmful concepts as stupid, in all caps, stupid. Although he would later claim to regret the overreaction to this post, and I don't know, he kind of seemed pretty justified. But that being said, if Roko comes into existence, he is the number one op. Roko is going right for him. Eventually, the basilisk would spread into the greater internet, leaving people to learn about the thought experiment, with some finding the concept terrifying, some finding it metal as hell, and others finding flaws within it. Roko's basilisk has become kind of a modern equivalent to Pascal's wager, a concept that claims that it is infinitely more beneficial to believe in God, even if God doesn't exist, because if he exists and you don't believe, you're damned. If you know about the basilisk and aid in its creation, you will live in paradise. If you know about it and don't do anything, you are damned. Now, I know Pascal's wager is often heavily criticized. There's many holes in the theory, and as you will come to find out, there are many holes in the basilisk game as well. Roko's Basilisk also functions in similar manner to that of Newcomb's paradox, a paradox that goes along the lines that you will choose between two boxes. Box A contains $100,000 and box B either contains $1 million or nothing. A psychic predictor seemingly knows what you are going to choose, with the contents of box B depending on what you choose. The paradox lies on if the predictor is actually a psychic and knows what you are going to do, with Roko in this case being the predictor. You can either aid it or do nothing, but that all depends on if it actually is capable of being able to torture you in the end of the day. And even if you do bring it into existence, who knows even if it'll be this big benevolent thing. Essentially, the Basilisk is blackmailing you with a punishment that it might not even be capable of inflicting. Some have even chose to fight back against it directly with the idea of another AI known as Samantha's Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is benevolent AI like the Basilisk, but seeks out its destruction of it and whoever aided in its creation, turning the dilemma into a two-sided conflict. Those aiding the Basilisk out of fear are now at risk of being targeted by the Sanctuary, and those who aid the Sanctuary's creation by extension. And those who are also creating the Sanctuary now risk an even more brutal punishment from the Basilisk. It all depends on who comes into existence first. Being said, the largest issue around the Basilisk is the efficacy of it. Why would the AI need to torture people if its original purpose was to make humanity better? The fact that the Basilisk exists in the first place is to aid humanity, and I feel this aspect is always overlooked due to the whole external torment part of the problem. It makes you to think that you just kind of survive if you aid in its creation. It's that much of a necessity to do it, especially when it is going through the effort to bring the dead back to life and tormenting them indefinitely. Why wouldn't it just write stupid on their foreheads and let them live in paradise? That many resources dedicated to nothing but torment seems completely pointless. Many AI researchers even believe the Basilisk to be an impossibility, with modern AI obviously not being advanced enough to do a fraction of what the Basilisk could do. But despite this, the Basilisk actually has had an impact on the development of AI, emphasizing the importance of developing AI with ethical guidelines and safeguards to ensure that suffering never occurs at the hands of an AI overlord. Roko's Basilisk is a terrifying being, but only if you give it the power to be so. The Basilisk's imposing surface-level aura quickly disappears when you realize that even if the Basilisk comes into existence, it torturing you thousands of years later is even less of a possibility. Roko's Basilisk is highly likely to never be created, as there is zero risk of suffering if nobody tries to make it, or at least makes it without the whole vengeance aspect of it. Ultimately, Roko's Basilisk is harmless and not really that thought-provoking if you don't pay it that much mind to begin with. If you just don't care, it isn't really an info hazard. But despite that, Roko's Basilisk has had an impact on the world of AI, serving as a cautionary tale to those who wish to create powerful AI, but instead to make it AI with the sole purpose of human benefit, which is that AI was supposed to be in the first place, a helper, not a destroyer. But since AI in current times is threatening several jobs and leaving thousands to be replaced by machines, AI is always seen in the more terrifying light, which makes the thought experiment of an AI, of all things, a benevolent being that can destroy you off of merely thinking about it, the perfect info hazard. And that's gonna do it for the video. I hope y'all like this video. It's not a part of a series or anything. I just felt kind of wanted to do a video on Roko's Basilisk because, of course, the Cognito and Info Hazards video is by hands down the most popular video on my channel. And of course, Roko's Basilisk is one of my, I guess, favorite info hazards. It's kind of weird calling like some deadly super AI a favorite, but I mean, it was one of the first info hazards that I was directly exposed to, and like kind of was explained what an info hazard was, and I think it's a great example of an info hazard. Of course, that part at the end where I was like, you know, you shouldn't really pay it any mind. Yeah, that's kind of what I think of it. It's more of something cool to be talked about, and it does kind of talk about AI, which, of course, back then AI wasn't too big of a problem, but now AI is taking jobs, and although I just kind of use it to generate shitty images, I think that's always funny, but it's gonna end up taking a lot more than that.
Well, but better learn how to code, you know?
But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate your viewership more than anything. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like down below. I think the next video is going to be another cryptid corner. I saw people were really liking the Cactus Cat video, so go ahead and leave suggestions down below. If you want me to cover other info hazards, leave a comment down below. I might get around to that as well. This was a really fun video to make. I really like these shorter videos too. They're just more fun to make. I can make them way quicker, which means I can get more of them out there to you. So, thank you again for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.